You're listening to the Heartland Newsfeed Radio Network, heartlandnewsfeed.com.
Today, don't miss The Upside.
Are you ready to have your mind blown?
I'm so ready.
It's the first great comedy of the new year.
I need assistance. I can only move my neck.
You can move your mouth.
As can you.
Critics rave Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston are irresistible together.
Have you ever changed a catheter?
This don't look like it's gonna fit.
That's what she said.
And Kevin Hart's never been this good.
How did you do this?
What do you mean, how did I do it? Because I'm a genius, man.
The Upside, starring Kevin Hart, Bryan Cranston, and Nicole Kidman. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing.
From Keenan, the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Saturday, January 12th, 2019. Silver is trading at $15.60 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,288 per ounce. Smart cash is trading at 1.27 cents, and the average price of Bitcoin is $3,655. Antiwar.com reports the U.S. military has announced that the process of withdrawing the estimated 2,000 U.S. troops in Syria has officially begun. They say there will be no specifics reported on numbers or timelines because of operational security. This follows a week of speculation about the process and comes just a day after Pentagon officials said that there had been no change in the timeline despite John Bolton's weekend talk of making the pullout conditional. And while the military isn't giving any specifics, the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights is. The observatory reported that a convoy of U.S. armored vehicles was the first of the pullout and was seen leaving the town of Rumeilien into neighboring Iraq. That the process of withdrawing from Syria involves driving into Iraq and the U.S. troops are all on the side of Syria closest to the Iraqi border, it once again raises questions of why the pullout is expected to take months instead of just a few hours that such a trip would take. You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans are friends, allies, and numerous supporters. Fans help FPP afford to produce more original content. You can join the Fans program for as little as $1 per month through Patreon and get perks like ad-free versions of FPP Radio News and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. That's fans.fppradio.com. UPI reports in one of his first acts as governor, Florida's Ron DeSantis on Friday ordered the suspension of Broward County Sheriff Scott Israel, who faced blame for his deputy's response to a shooting at Parkland High School that left 17 people dead. Governor DeSantis appointed former Coral Springs Police Sergeant Gregory Toney to replace Israel. Toney is the county's first African-American sheriff. Citing shootings at Fort Lauderdale International Airport in 2017 and Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in 2018, the governor said, Sheriff Israel has repeatedly failed and has demonstrated a pattern of poor leadership, adding these incidents demonstrate Sheriff Israel's repeated incompetence and neglect of duty. In July, a group of survivors and parents from the high school sued Israel along with other school and sheriff's officials for failing to protect students and faculty at the school. The attorney representing the plaintiff said law enforcement choked on February 14th, the day of the shooting. In that case, the judge ruled the critical question the court analyzes is whether defendants had a constitutional duty to protect plaintiffs from the actions of the shooter. For such a duty to exist on the part of defendants, plaintiffs would have to be considered to be in custody. Retired school resource officer Scott Peterson never entered the school building after hearing confessed shooter Nicholas Cruz open fire. In December, the sheriff's office said it planned to change its policies on how deputies respond to active shooters. The policy changes included altering language to indicate officers shall attempt to enter the scene and intervene rather than may. The previous policy stated if real-time intelligence exists, the sole deputy or a team of deputies may enter the area and or structure to preserve life. A supervisor's approval or on-site observation is not required for this decision. Israel, speaking during a news conference after news of his firing, said the motive was about politics, not about Parkland. Smart Cash is a peer-to-peer digital currency that is fast, secure, and easy to use. Smart Cash also features Smart Rewards, a price stabilization mechanism, and a way to encourage long-term holding. Long-term holders are key to the project's success. You can earn Smart Rewards on any address for which you hold the private keys, which holds at least 1,000 Smart for 1 month and does not make any outgoing transactions during that time. Smart Rewards are distributed every 47,500 blocks to all eligible addresses. Learn more at smartcash.cc. Reuters reports President Donald Trump said on Friday he would not declare a national emergency right now to end a standoff over border security that has idled large swaths of the U.S. government, all but guaranteeing that he will preside over the longest shutdown in U.S. history. The dispute has disrupted everything from air travel to tax collection and suspended pay for 800,000 government workers. Trump has repeatedly described the situation at the U.S.-Mexico border as a humanitarian crisis, as speculation has increased this week that he would circumvent Congress to begin building his signature wall, a move that would be sure to draw a court challenge from Democrats who say the barrier would be barbaric and ineffective. Instead, the president urged lawmakers to provide him with $5.7 billion he is seeking for border security. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.
Today, don't miss the upside.
Are you ready to have your mind blown?
I'm so ready.
It's the first great comedy of the new year.
I need assistance. I can only move my neck.
You can move your mouth.
As can you.
Critics rave Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston are irresistible together.
Have you ever changed a catheter?
This don't look like it's gonna fit.
That's what she said.
And Kevin Hart's never been this good.
How did you do this?
What do you mean, how did I do it? Because I'm a genius, man.
The Upside, starring Kevin Hart, Bryan Cranston, and Nicole Kidman. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing.
My new $4.99 BLT cheeseburger combo is such a great deal. I don't even need my epic voiceover guy to help sell it.
Ouch, Jack. That really hurts.
Try my $4.99 BLT cheeseburger combo. Only at Jack in the Box. Limited time only. Participating restaurants. Small fries, small drink. Tax extra.
Today, don't miss The Upside.
Are you ready to have your mind blown?
I'm so ready.
It's the first great comedy of the new year.
I need assistance. I can only move my neck.
You can move your mouth.
As can you.
Critics rave Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston are irresistible together.
Have you ever changed a catheter?
This don't look like it's gonna fit.
That's what she said.
And Kevin Hart's never been this good.
How did you do this?
What do you mean, how did I do it? Because I'm a genius, man.
The Upside, starring Kevin Hart, Bryan Cranston, and Nicole Kidman. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing.
My new $4.99 BLT
January 19th, where we will have live QA episodes until I'm dead. In honor of this historic government shutdown and the soon-to-be first anniversary of my first episode, you will be listening to my first episode, Government Shutdown Party. Enjoy. And that's all my budget could afford for an intro. You know, I tried using the voice to text thing because I don't know any chicks or anyone with a cool voice to do it. And I listened to it and I had some different clips from different shows and I said, you know what, that's atrocious. I like this song and I thought that one soundbite of me was funny that, you know, needed to give it a little pizzazz. So anyways, there's my excuse for that. Welcome everyone to Questioning Authority's premiere. This is a very important day for me. I've been into radio, I'd say, for the past 3 years, or ever since I started listening to podcasts when I was 15. Started doing them when I was 17, got my first on-air gig here at the LRN on Free Talk Live when I was 18, and then now finally 19 and a half, I start my own podcast, which is syndicated on the marvelous Liberty Radio Network. I thank everyone there for that. So I got a lot we got a lot to talk about today. It's not just going to be fun and games. First of all, it is a government shutdown party. Woo! I think I'm the only one who I've heard who's actually who was excited for it. I was hoping it would happen because a lot of stupid bullshit that gets funded gets not funded. Unfortunately. Thank you, everyone. All right, everyone, calm down. We're doing the show. Gosh, excited. Yeah, we got a whole party here tonight, a premiere. Got some chicks from Backpage to show up. I'll be, coming in and out a commercial during then. It's great. It's a spectacle. But anyways, so while the outside world is freaking out, in here we're going to be partying about that. So I got, as I promised in the ad for those who watched it, I got some Liberty news for you, specifically relating to Adam Kokesh's presidential run and subsequent arrest. Also in the Liberty News section is notorious white nationalist Richard Spencer becoming a libertarian? Well, we'll find out soon. Coming up then is, and I almost got rid of it, but I'm going to do it as originally planned. We got the crypto segment. Yes, I know every other show on LRN is talking about it. Will's Call to Freedom has an entire hour dedicated to it. I didn't know before I planned out the show. But that's okay because, I I wouldn't say I guessed it on his show Thursday. I think Rich Paul and I kind of crashed it just because we were here, but at least we were welcomed to crash it. None of the coins that they talk about I've ever heard of. So you got some. That's good, Vo. That's good. We're all about diversity here at LRN, so I'm bringing some diversity in. And don't worry, for some people who hate all the Bitcoin talk on Free Talk Live, on New Call to Freedom, all the crypto talk, Bitcoin, it's getting pretty irrelevant, but I'm not going to get into that now. I'm only going to spend one segment on it, and maybe even half of it if, the market isn't good. I don't know. I was kind of spooked by the whole thing about, I have to say, I'm not an actual investor, not like some kind of licensed financial expert. I'm like, are people so stupid that and spiteful and vengeful that they would sue someone if they make a stupid investment, but they would just sue the person who told them to do it? And yep, Ian's nodding there. I'm like, yep. And is the government that corrupt? That status controlling, totalitarian, that they would actually go after and take these cases seriously? Well, of course. But, between now and then I'll figure out some kind of way to cover me. At least a crypto guy I listen to doesn't give out that disclaimer. But then again, he's anonymous. So then, of course, I got some, I'm a crazy gun nut up here after all. So I got a firearm segment. Talk about that. Talk about alternative health. Which is my code word for marijuana, but I'm only going to explain that once. And what do you know? I have an open monologue written here, but all right, let's see here. Libertarians hoping for a collapse of the U.S. or okay, that's something else I had planned. Now, and of course, I forgot one of the most important things: your calls. So it's an open phone show. But, the caller doesn't take control of the airways. I retain in control. But LRN.FM on Skype, and I don't have the phone number memorized. But, I prefer Skype. It's 2017. You still have a landline. You're still calling a phone. Do the Skype. That's more fun. I get to see, you get to have a profile picture. But, if you're that antiquated, you could just call 603-283-6160. I was just gonna add in poor, but no, I think you need more money to maintain a like a phone, either a landline or maybe even a cell phone, than you need to Skype. Because Skype, you just need a computer, which you could, just plenty of computers just lying around. You buy the computer, which could, do a lot of other things for you, instead of spending time at the library, use a computer. But I'm sure no homeless are listening right now, or not too many homeless are listening, so I won't go into the details. But yeah, you just download Skype, and you can't call phone numbers. I think you have to pay for that. But anyways. So 603-283-6160 if you want to call. I should actually give the name of a podcast. It's Questioning Authority. And, when I was coming up with it, I asked Ian, I said, so Ian, what do you think about Questioning Authority? And he's like, well, you could have at least chose one you could pronounce properly. But I like it. I realize that because if I want to secure the domain name or trademark or something and it's already taken, I could just say, oh, okay, well, I'll take it, phonetically spelled. AUFI. I'm not going to try and spell it tonight. I can't do it. But so, and I decided to name it because one would say, well, every libertarian quote unquote questions authority. We're like, yeah, well, they question the government's authority. But I've seen and not just libertarian circles I've been in, especially alt-right, people, comedians like oh man, his name is escaping. John Oliver. There you go. Very good. I every time I see his face, I just click out so I don't see his name too often. John, they all have like cult followings. I never really liked that. I'd say I remember once I criticized Ron Paul, and someone was like, "Oh my God, you can't do that. What, you call yourself a libertarian?" I'm like, well. Yeah, he's not like Jesus. He's not the like Jesus or anything. So I called it Questioning Authority because I think it's important to question all authority, and. That doesn't mean rebel against it or shoot whoever's trying to exert it, but it's just don't make these kind of like connections these unbreakable connections, I think, because if you never question something, if you blindly follow it, then you're just another extension of it. So you're not an actual individual. You're just another cog in a machine or an extension of her arm. And that's not real freedom, I mean, it's mental slavery, right? You could be living in a totally free society, but, obsess over your favorite, radio host like Cantwell or something. Like some of his fans, my God, that's part of the... some of his fans are so sycophantic. Like anytime I type, I just want to check up on his Gab, which you can actually follow me, by the way. It's... if you go on Gab, Twitter, I got kicked off of Twitter, and I don't really feel like making a new email to get back on it, so I'm go to Gab, which is the internet's home for free speech. It's way better than Twitter. You can have 300 characters on there. It's full of a bunch of, alt-right nut jobs and sycophants and basement dwellers. Basement dwellers, I really have contempt for them. They're really, set like low on the list. Me, I, however, live in my father's attic. Now that's where shit is at. So, Shire Free Media on Gab. I'm going to start getting into some Gab fights because I don't have much planned next week, and you'll want to be followed there, and also get show updates and everything. So that's gab.ai/Shire Free Media. Follow me there. And so I go on Gab and I type in Cantwell just to find him, and I see all these people who gab at him, which is the same thing as tweeting, and they're saying, "Oh, Mr. Cantwell, a marvelous show, Mr. Cantwell. I appreciate it so much. You're a savior to the white race." And, I know he can't help that, but gosh, these people who talk about Jewish control everywhere, and yet they just, lay themselves out in front of all these different hosts and everything. And Twitter, it's even worse because, more idiots are on there. With Gab, it's a little bit, it's you got to kind of find it more. You don't just see on TV Twitter. All right, well, coming up next is Liberty News.
I love My Magic Mud. I drink a lot of coffee. I had stains on my teeth. Then I found My Magic Mud, and I was told it would remove stains. So I paid attention when I brushed the first time. My Magic Mud is black tooth powder, and the difference it made in my teeth in one application was noticeable. With 4, my teeth were as white as you normal folks out there. Please go to mymagicmud.com and buy a jar. There's 150 applications for $25. You can use Bitcoin, mymagicmud.com.
So the protection of life, liberty, and property is what the Free State Project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people who understand.
It's about demonstrating to the entire country
that, we can have a free market, a truly free market.
Making it just a freer, great place to live.
It's the world's largest voluntarist libertarian community, and it's only getting bigger.
That's amazing, to be able to move to a place where other people passionately believe in being free and independent.
What the Free State Project is managing to do, though, is to put their money where their mouth is. Physically getting up across the country and saying, let's go someplace and let's demonstrate the power of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty. There's a lot of thinking about it and talking about it. But here in New Hampshire, people are doing it.
101 Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire, a documentary by Free State Project Early Movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101reasonsfilm.com. Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm. So you've signed the Shire Society Declaration and are planning your move to New Hampshire to be around more liberty-oriented people. Next, sign up for the Shire Society Forum at forum.shiresociety.com. There are a bunch of people there who are already in the Shire, and they want to meet you. If you're already in the Shire physically, you should also come by the forums. Remember, not everyone uses Facebook. New people are signing up for the Shire Society Forum every month, so drop in and say hello at forum.shiresociety.com.
Did you know you can listen to LRN.FM via our free-to-air satellite channels? We have channels over nearly all of North America and much of Africa. All you need is an affordable receiver and a dish as small as 30 inches. There are no monthly fees. Learn more at sat.lrn.fm. Plus, if you are a broadcaster or want to be one, this is a good delivery method for our content. See our coverage maps and get details at sat.lrn.fm. That's sat.lrn.fm. sat.lrn.fm.
When commercials come on, don't push the button. Instead, listen. Even if you don't sell things for a living, you're still selling in the various conversations and transactions that make up your busy day. With money and attention so scarce now, effective communication skills have never been more important, especially if you're a job seeker. So take a lesson from Madison Avenue. Often the fewer words, the more effective the message. Like Jiffy Lube, where you never need an appointment, or the Office Max ad that says, you supply the ambition, we supply everything else. How about online ticket broker StubHub.com, the way in when it's sold out, or CyberCupidMatch.com's seductive, go ahead, it's okay to look. How cleverly and succinctly can you distill your message? For more tips, hit survivalspeech.com. I'm Holland Cook.
What's up next? Visit the Liberty Radio Network program guide to find out at shows.lrn.fm. That's shows.lrn.fm.
All right, well, we're back. It's Questioning Authority. Man, I'm like a toddler, man. I'm just like, I just want to listen to this music. This is great. Also, it's the only allegedly copyrighted track I use, so it's pretty personal. So I'm just going through. We're currently having our premiere of the show and also a government shutdown party. Woohoo! And I'm just going through Twitter, right? There's hashtag government shutdown because it's such a disaster, people have time to tweet about it. So we have here, okay, some Francis Maxwell. You know, all these people, I try not to spend too much time on Twitter, but there's just so many people who, important people I need to hear from, like different investors and politicians and things that aren't on Gab, but I actually need to have a Twitter account. I don't bother following it. Don't want to give Twitter any more attention than it deserves. All the Project Veritas videos coming out about it. But so anyway, and they just hand blue check marks over to anyone. Like, I have no idea. Who's Francis Maxwell? He's the first person on tweet I'm going to read. Scottish Lad Dreaming, LA, NYC. Hosting, acting, writing, laughing. All right. So he tweets, it's amazing how all through college they tell you don't try and cram all your studies in the night before. And here we are, the government of the most powerful country in the world, acting like a damn freshman on Adderall. Hashtag government shutdown. Trying to find people complaining, or not complaining, but talking about all the travesties that's going on, all the looting and rioting and killing, outside normal places where that happens, like Chicago and Baltimore. Here we go. Red T. Raccoon says, it's a dark night for Washington, D.C. and for America. This government shutdown is your fault, Donald Trump. The government shutdown is your fault. Okay, well, hey, thanks, guys. I don't care. And so all these people were saying, oh, it's going to be a disaster. All this bad stuff is happening. There's rioting. Dogs are out in the street. Dogs and cats are hanging out or something. And they're just throwing around blame. I logged onto Twitter hoping to see people saying like, oh, I'm not like a hideously obese woman, a ham bone saying, oh, I can't get my food stamps. I'm going to starve. And I'm expecting to see just like all kinds of chaos, like, oh, my grandmother's in the hospital right now because of this, hashtag thanks Trump and things. But no, nothing. It's just people throwing around mud and blaming each other and just complaining. This is a nation of complainers, complaining in the nation. So I said I'd get to some Liberty news right now. So, and I'm putting on my alert. So, I put in big letters in the show prep folder so I could remember to say this. Coke shill alert. Ad blockers on. Ad blockers on. We're going to reason.com. And the headline is today, which was January 16th, Adam Kokesh filed papers seeking Libertarian presidential nomination. Then he was arrested on drug charges. And I remember seeing this in the middle of the night, and I thought to myself, uh-oh. And I used to not have too many nice things to say about Adam Kokesh last year, but I saw him do a debate with Stefan Molyneux, and he was very polite. It was an excellent debate, and I actually gained some respect for Adam. And thinking about the last year's disastrous Libertarian Party presidential presidential campaign, I thought this is the best thing for the Libertarian Party right now. They need Adam Kokesh. I certainly am not going to vote for him, and I certainly don't agree with a lot of the stuff he says or does, but at least he's someone that libertarians could get behind. At least, he represents a majority of most of their views. So let's see what happens. Or Daryl could get $50,000 and run again, which then I would endorse Daryl for the position. Same thing. I wouldn't vote for him, but I would campaign for him just because it'd be dope as hell. But hopefully Adam could secure the nomination aside from whatever other shill either both parties send or whatever company corporate sends. So it goes on. Adam Kokesh, longtime anarcho-libertarian, active. There's more forms of libertarian than there are genders out there, I think. Who first came to public performance with Iraq veterans who today filed the paperwork necessary to officially seek the U.S. presidency. He is hoping for Libertarian Party's presidential nomination. He also had his RV pulled over twice by Texas police and was arrested the second time. Video of a second pullover that led to the arrest can be found on Facebook. It's embedded below. Well, good for him for recording it. I shouldn't have to tell all of you. The second any cops give you a hard time, start recording them. I remember I saw some stream at the D.C. Women's Parade. Some cop is like, "Oh, you can't be live streaming this. You can't be live streaming this," and they continued filming it, of course. But I'm just shocked that people still fall for that. According to Texas ACLU, the police do not. Oh, skipped one. It showed highway patrol officers instructing Kokesh to shut off his camera. Oh, okay, of course. At the point of a police dog off camera was said to have alerted the authority of the RV, and alert is put in quotations. Kokesh was pulled over for driving 74 in a 65 zone, according to one officer in the video. Is it 5? I forget, is it 10 or 5 miles you're allowed to speed over the limit? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. They'll just pull you over anyway. Because they're God in America, right? The cops. Conservatives suck up to them all the time. Liberals suck up to them only when they need to be protected by them. So, can't. And, my father used to get or still gets inflamed by that kind of talk. And he said, "Oh, yeah, well, son, you're going to be pissing your pants calling the cops when someone breaks into your house." I'm like, well, no, I'm not. I have so many guns. Most likely I would. Okay, I got to be careful because it's going to be played in court one day. I would rather defend my own property using the full extent of what's legal, i.e. firearms in the state of New Hampshire. If someone breaks in coming for me, the people I have to worry about are the cops. If I use, as most people who've been in a self-defense situation with a firearm knows, a lot of the times, you call up, someone breaks into your house and attacks you, or you're getting attacked. You pull your gun out and legally shoot the person, according to Castle Doctrine and in the Second Amendment, and just pretty much law of nature, basic human rights and principles. You defend yourself from an attack, but people are fine with voting for candidates who say you shouldn't be able to do that. I digress. The cops are going to might bring you away in handcuffs. It's the most absolute ridiculous thing. You have to buy self-defense insurance now. Or the fact that the saying, and I hate this saying well, I guess it makes sense, but I just hate it because it's same thing. I talk about questioning authority. It's the same stupid mantra in the gun community. It's better to be tried by 12 and carried out by 6. You shouldn't have to be it's a nice show. You don't have to be fucking tried by anyone. And the fact that we're not, people aren't rioting in the streets because of this, or that I don't hear it ever talked about too often, is just astounding to me. You always hear the question when people talk about the non-aggression principle. Well, what if a 5-year-old kid steps onto my lawn and I have an auto turret and it kills a kid? Does that mean we have to have a government a giant government to control all our fucking lives? Well, I don't know what kind of normal person would be okay with accidentally killing a kid without them actually wanting to actively kill children, if that makes sense. So, anyways, it's just as Stefan Molyneux calls it, stupid lifeboat questions. Got to throw it out. Yeah, I'm a self-defense absolutist. I think, if you step onto my property without my consent for any reason whatsoever, you deserve a fucking bullet in your head. Perfect music to come on with that. That's why I put it on this segment. I knew I'd get revved up. All right, well, this is Questioning Authority. We'll be back with your calls and more Liberty news.
Free Talk Live.
If anybody else wanted to know how to do it, y'all gave them the information, and plus how to get illegal drugs, how to get hand grenades, and I mean, this is a free country, but I don't, but you gave out web addresses, Silk something.
The Silk Road is a revolutionary website that allows people to buy from the black market in a much safer manner than they currently buy, and I'm all about harm reduction, Bob. I think that reducing harm...
This is great for a free country. Let's get everybody on to safer illegal drugs.
Do you think anybody did crack after watching our show that had never done it before?
That's part of your liberty, that because it's okay with a lot of people, let's make sure we have it. Let's keep advertising.
No, I think that it is not my right to tell you what is right or wrong to put in your body, and nor is it your business to tell me what is right or wrong to put in my body or what I'm going to do with my uterus.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
The new 4th edition of Healing Our World, The Compassion of Libertarianism, will take your understanding of liberty to a deeper level and has over 1,300 updated references, new cartoons, and a foreword by Dr. Ron Paul. With discounts for multiple book purchases, the 4th edition of Healing Our World is a great gift for the liberals, pragmatists, environmentalists, and Christians in your life who think libertarianism is cold-hearted. Get yours today at healing.freetalklive.com and use promo code FTL for a $5 discount. Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
Now that you've found the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM, you may want to help expose others to our great programs. To assist you in doing so, you'll find resources at promote.lrn.fm, including details on how to get a free bumper sticker, quarter-page flyers you can print out and distribute, banners for your website, as well as files that will allow you to make your own custom banners and graphics. Visit promote.lrn.fm and help bring new listeners to the Liberty Radio Network. That's promote.lrn.fm.
I've been told no in many different ways.
I give you an order and you're going to obey it.
George, you can go this way. You can do that and you have to leave here.
You cannot bring signs into the rally.
Walk with me. Well, I'm comfortable here, actually. Whoa. Hey. Who do you think you are? Excuse me.
There is no video or audio allowed in this office.
No, I have work today.
You ain't going to make it.
Wait a minute.
Hey! Oh my God! Unbelievable! Why are you running from me?
Because you're scared me.
What am I being detained for? You're being served.
What is this?
You're being served.
What is this? Bureaucrats have a funny way of telling people no.
That's the sound of the men working on the chain.
Derek J's Victimless Crime Spree. Watch it for free and order the Director's Cut DVD at victimlesscrimespree.com.
Join the LRN.FM Discord for live chat 24/7 at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
And we're back to questioning authority. The time is 10:33. No, I'm not going to get into that. All right, welcome back. I'm going to be getting into some more Liberty news and continue with our premiere and government shutdown party. And let's see here. Day one of government shutdown. Someone's posting a picture of a young woman, a young nun running around with 2 AR-15s in her hand, a gold chain, smoking a joint. It says day one of government shutdown. Oh, my. Many, let's see, political stuff. Shame on you that you're letting our military down when you could have been grown adults and negotiated a settlement to stop a shutdown. Robbie W. is saying that. A shutdown falls on the president's lack of leadership. Oh, yeah. Come on, post stuff funny. Stop being so serious. Yeah, I sound like the joke. Oh, yeah, the Joker. Yeah, that's what the Joker said. Okay, here we go. We have picture of Mac from It's Always Sunny. Grain alcohol, baby. Whenever there's a potential riot, I'm getting blasted on grain alcohol. Well, you should have been a capitalist. You should have invested in some cryptocurrency a few months ago when things were low, before things exploded, so you could afford some, let's see here, Johnny Walker Blue Label. Man, that's like $300 for a 750 milliliter bottle in New Hampshire. Because I've been making a decent amount of money on the market. And I'm thinking, I need to show, aside from reinvesting in things to make me even more richer, because that's what a capitalist does. I find to myself, well, how do I show my wealth? And just like my, crypto guru Ghost does, I'm going to get myself a bottle of the most expensive, or at least commercially expensive, Scotch Johnny Walker label Scotch on the market. It's a nice bottle. I had some Johnny Walker Black up in Canada. It was better than Johnny Walker Red Label, I'll tell you that. But that's where in Canada where I was, where it was legal for me to drink. So any of you trolls who would call Keen PD or anything. So we got a caller on the line, Stefan from Ohio. Welcome,
Stefan. It's Stefan, Vincent.
Oh, Stefan. Okay. Hey, man, it's been a while. It's been so long, and it's great to be back. Welcome to Questioning Authority. What's on your mind?
You were just talking about self-defense, and it seems to me like you've got a bit of that redneck mentality going on.
Well, what do you mean redneck mentality? It's a natural mentality. Everyone should be able to defend herself.
Of course, but does the punishment of going onto one's property unsolicited warrant dying?
Okay, so you see, you misrepresent, or I don't think you understand what I was going on about. See, I just said if anyone is on my property without my consent, right, then I have a right to kick them off using whatever methods I want. Does that mean I'm actually going to do it? If some kids are, playing some game and they go on my lawn, me and most normal people would say, hey, kids, you mind not being on there? You're crushing my flowers or my plants. Not gonna go shoot them, but I'm just saying that, in a property right, in a society that's devoted to 100% property rights, yeah.
Vince, your exact words were, if you come onto my property without my consent, you deserve a bullet in your head.
Yeah. Yeah, I said, they could, okay, I should have clarified. They could deserve, or they could deserve it. I don't know, they have to do something to earn it, like, I don't know, egg my house or something.
Eggs on your house warrant getting shot in the skull and dying?
It depends on what mood I'm at. If, I get out of it, if I'm working out in my home gym, well, actually, if I'm working out in my home gym, I might just chase him down myself. I wouldn't even, I might, have to strap a gun on just in case, but it depends. I mean, and that's what, that's a lifeboat situation, man. Like, I don't pay too much credence to that. It's more just about the principle of a thing.
The principle that if somebody throws eggs at your house, you get to shoot them.
Dude, man, if you don't hype too much on the example I'm saying.
Does throwing eggs violate the non-aggression principle?
Well, does being on my property without my consent violate the non-aggression principle?
Well, then you can.
No. Does it? Yes or no? Does it violate the non-aggression principle or not?
Depends on the circumstances, Vincent. It's not that easy.
All
Are they going on?
Actually, I just realized. I said. I'm not, but part of the selling point of the show was no abstract discussions of a non-aggression principle. That's why I want to try and make it different. You have anything else you want to talk about?
I guess not in that case.
Well,
You'll
thank
have to
you for
dump
your
me
call.
then.
All right, well, that was Stefan, always a good caller, a loyal caller. So call in at lrn.fm or 603-283-6160. Bring up what you could bring up whatever you want. Whether or not I keep you on, for how long I keep you on, that's different. But
just so you know, he was calling on the Discord, so that is also available to you.
Oh, the Discord. Oh, nice. All right, excellent. Yeah, and you know what? I should announce this. This is something I want to do. So I'm going to do, next segment, Discord shout-out. So if you are in the other LRN shows channel and you want a shout-out for me, type in whatever, whatever you want. I will read it. I will read it out. So that's if you're on the discord.lrn.fm. If you want to join the fun, it is currently the biggest libertarian Discord server. Ian, how many? 200, I think, people. You said almost. Almost 200 people on the Discord server. And does the server have like a max? Do you got to get in? All right, well, we don't know, so it could either be endless fun or limited fun. Either way, I think you would want to get in on that right now. That is discord.lrn.fm. Now, I don't know how popular Gab is around these parts. Unfortunately, because Twitter started by kicking off of, hardcore alt-right people, and they all flooded to Gab. It has sort of a concentration of these guys, so it's like, you type something about the free market, and then, you immediately... Well, it's not like... It depends on where you are. But anyways, Gab is definitely worth it. It's way better than Twitter. It's smaller, too, so, you could build up a bigger following, and not bots. Like I made up this private Twitter account, and I have these bots, like some hot chick follows me, and I'm like, oh, wow, geez. And I'm like, oh, it's a bot. Oh, well. Hey, free pics for me, So, but if you want to follow me on Gab, that's gab.ai/Shire Free Media. And, hey, if enough people follow me on Gab, maybe I'll even do Gab shout-outs. There, you can say whatever you want there. So, back to this Liberty news. Adam Kokesh, I got a video revved up that Adam took via Facebook video. Ian, could we play that?
Okay, sorry, hold on. I got the orientation wrong here.
What do you do? So I need you to step out of the RV so we can...
So Adam Kokesh has been pulled over for speeding.
Right here. We're not going to take you anywhere else. You'll be in full sight of everything. So this is for that deputy and his dog. So.
Okay, well then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn off the engine and lock the vehicle. All right, this is going to be interesting.
So he's remaining calm, good. He's not, kowtowing to these people.
Right,
but
so
hey, he's Adam Kokesh. Why would he?
No, you stay. You be a good boy.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay.
Lieutenant Lanier, I'm not sure what his unit number is.
So as of the article, Kokesh was in for custody. I haven't seen too much news afterwards.
All right, we're live again. And this is Adam Kokesh. I'm here on the side of the road with... Would you please introduce yourself again, sir?
Right there. Trooper Garcia.
Trooper Garcia, Texas Highway Patrol.
Oh, at least you're cooperating.
Gomez and Volkner? Womack.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And we have our K9 team here. What's up, buddy? Sniffing around the vehicle. Oh, hey, I didn't know that...
Don't interrupt me when I'm working.
That bin was open there, and you see that's...
Don't talk more the documents.
Okay.
Yeah, these guide dogs they have at the college are not allowed to pet them or anything. I feel so sad for those things. I just want to, when the blind person isn't looking, just go up and pet the dog. No, I don't do that. I think and bite my damn hand off some of those things, like Rottweilers and stuff. All right, anyway, so he doesn't have a proper windsock. I'm starting to get a headache. So, all right, we could just cut that out. So I didn't really look into it. The last piece of news I could find about it, unless you know anything about it and want to call in. So this next piece of news might shock you. It might. This is Questioning Authority, and we'll be right back.
Cell 411 is a free app for Android and iOS that replaces government-controlled 911. Cell 411 allows you to preset a group of friends or private organizations to show up in any emergency. Cell 411 is a nightmare for the state because it proves their so-called services aren't needed. Cell 411 has had thousands of installs, and of course it's covered by the BIPCOT no government license. Cell 411 because your friends won't shoot you when you're in trouble. Without the government, who would build the emergency services? You and Cell 411. Get it today at getcell411.com.
On Free Talk Live, we're bringing people to the ideas of liberty every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot of
where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important issues years ago.
To random people tuning in on the radio.
I was kind of stuck in the left-right paradigm. I heard your show by chance on a Saturday night. From there, I went on, joined the Free State Project, and become an amplifier. So, I mean, that's really the reason why I amp is because I know that if it wasn't for you guys being on as many stations as you are, I never would have found the ideas of liberty.
Your amp will directly change more lives by getting Free Talk Live in front of people looking for talk radio online and on the air. When you amp Free Talk Live, you get perks like access to the AMP-only Facebook group and AMP podcast. Visit amp.freetalklive.com.
LRN.FM is proud to announce our official listening apps for Android and iOS devices. Now you can easily tune into our streams anywhere, anytime on your smartphone or tablet. Just visit apps.lrn.fm or search for LRN.FM in the Android or Apple app stores. Please download, rate us 5 stars, then share the link on your social media and let your friends and family know how you're listening to LRN.FM. Download it now, free at apps.lrn.fm.
We've all heard about blockchain assets like Dogecoin, Ether, and Ripple. Bitcoin isn't the only player in the blockchain game any longer. And for those of us wondering how to get our hands on these digital assets, finally, there's a solution. Shapeshift.io allows you to buy and sell between your digital assets and Bitcoin instantly between your own digital wallets. I've used it with ease. Shapeshift.io. There's no account or email address needed. You send them the crypto you want to sell. They send back the crypto you want to buy. It's that easy. Shapeshift.io.
There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and one with just the Edgington Post. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com. The Free State Project has reached its goal of 20,000 liberty lovers who've pledged to move to New Hampshire and get active to achieve liberty in our lifetime. Perhaps you're trying to figure out what part of New Hampshire should be your destination. If so, consider Keene. You'll find more than 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com. Keene is famous for its historic, publicity-generating activism, as well as being the liberty media capital of the world. It's home to freekeene.com, New Hampshire's destination for liberty activism, news, and opinion. For years, we've been compiling over 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com, where you'll learn about some of what's happening here and what makes Keene a great place to live. If you love liberty, you'll probably enjoy anywhere you end up in the Shire. But do your due diligence first. Please visit move.freekeene.com for the full list of over 150 reasons to move to Keene. That's move.freekeene.com.
You're listening to the best liberty-oriented audio streamed around the clock, on the air, and online. This is the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
This is Questioning Authority. I haven't even said my name, because it's so much about the show. It's about the experience. I'm just having so much fun with you guys. I'm Vincent. They call me Vincent Freeman. And welcome back to Questioning Authority, the premier and government shutdown party. And unfortunately, because Twitter, all the people who are smart and witty on Twitter have been banned, except Mark Dice. So, I guess it's not bad. I'm expecting, on the left side, right? These SJW fanatics, but none of them are smart. None of them are witty. There's only like 5 of them that are witty, and they're all doing online comedy shows that, it's like ratings are stagnating. They're not tanking because there's enough idiots who still watch TV to watch them. And even then, like some might say, Stephen Colbert is forced to saying these jokes, right? That he actually isn't a rabid SJW maniac, and they're just saying, you got to do it or they have either some blackmail on him or it's just for the money. But whatever, man, If they pay me a lot to pretend to be an SJW or someone crazy, I would do it. Like, if it's for comedy purposes, yeah, that'd be great. I always figure, how much fun would I have if I went on to different shows, talked to my dad or extended family, and in central Pennsylvania. If I pretended to be a huge liberal, and just my dad would say oh yeah, man, Trump's getting his economy back. I'm like, well, actually, Dad, let's see here. We got the glasses here for our LRN. Go to the LRN stream. Anyone who's watching the video, and our Twitch users, actually, this would be a nice. If you're watching us on the Twitch stream. Here, I'm getting in character. I should have brought my scarf, but say, well, actually, Dad, it's the after effect of Obama's policy is why the Dow Jones is up all these points just coincidentally after Trump got elected. How much fun I'd have doing that. And if I got paid to do it, $2 million, but up to the point where I say some of the awful, cringeworthy shit John Oliver or Stephen Colbert does, not a chance. Make enough money on crypto as it is, and the crypto segment is coming up, by the way, I haven't forgot it. So I said we'd get to do Gab shout-outs and not Gab shout-outs, excuse me, Discord shout-outs. And let's see here, is there any Discord shout-outs to be had? Just here, let's see. Nope, none. No, I guess, let's see here. How would I do that? Because, this is based on Twitter or Gab where someone would have to say, Well, I guess, okay, here, I'll give you a Discord shout out. If you include something, you have to say QA or questioning authority in the shout out, so I know you want it to be read, not just be some, people are airing dirty laundry and stuff on here right now. I don't want to read that. So, in the previous video, we had Adam Kokesh. Not much went on in the beginning. I didn't pre-screen the video because I didn't really care too much, but now I'm kind of interested in the story. I said we'd have Adam Kokesh got arrested, and he ended the video by saying, "This is Adam Kokesh somewhere in Texas. If you don't hear from me, please come find me." Ooh, eerie. So continue to say, I got a different article from DallasNews.com. Kokesh was charged with possession of a controlled substance, possession of marijuana, all right, and tampering with evidence, and was booked into the Wise County Jail on $76,500 bail, the newspaper reported. His girlfriend released a statement in which he described the situation as a gross miscarriage of justice. Libertarian groups, and this is a part that I said might shock you, and in a desperate attempt to keep you listening, libertarian groups have flooded the office of Wise County Sheriff Lane Aiken with phone calls as the campaign's chief strategist, Ben Farmer of Austin, said it was extremely suspicious that Kokesh would be pulled over twice after declaring his candidacy. And, that's great. I said it was shocking because it's actually, a large group of libertarians getting together and, it's not like IRL activism, but yeah, you want to talk, is smoking weed activism? Probably not. Is, calling this police station saying, hey, you got this guy on bullshit charges. We're on to you. We know your shenanigans. Yeah, that's great. That's great. It's, trying to do something. It's being proactive, It's, unless Kokesh wants to be a martyr. But, I was thinking it is awfully suspicious he was arrested right after, filing his paperwork to run for, Libertarian, I believe it's Libertarian Party ticket, that, because Trump, hold on, where's my glasses? Here we go. My problematic glasses, as they're called. That, because my voice has too much bass in it. Well, because Trump is ruining the country so much, and the Democrats are in disarray, that the third party, like the Libertarian Party, could get a candidate to run, and we could win. We could win. Actually, it still makes more sense, a Libertarian candidate winning, than some arguments put out by Newsweek magazine saying that here's how Hillary could still become president. And it was my professor, I'm a journalism student, my professors were going off saying, I had one who's say, oh yeah, Fox News and CNN are both bad. And I thought to myself, actually, CNN it's terrible. Its hosts are all a bunch of either insane SJWs, controlled CIA operatives like Anderson Cooper. Yeah, look up Anderson Cooper CIA, or just idiots like Don Lemon. But it's way better than Newsweek, like way better. Newsweek, like CNN, sometimes I could watch it for a while, like I could tolerate it. Newsweek, I look up, I see like one headline. I see one headline that makes me sick. It's just a travesty of journalism. And I forget exactly which one it was, and it's always Newsweek. Always Newsweek. like government shutdown latest, all you need to know. That's right, we are having the government shutdown party, and if you want to join the party, by calling in, Skype in at lrn.fm, or if you just want to call the landline, because that's your thing, you want to be retro, 603-283-6160, or if you want to, join the fun with other libertarians in the biggest libertarian Discord, according to Ian, go to discord.lrn.fm, or if you want to watch the stream, you could just go to Twitch and Ian, what was the Twitch address? Twitch.lrn.fm. If you want to join the fun. And sometimes, if I decide to bring costumes, or if I'm making funny faces because my acid reflux, you could also see that. With the threat of, let's see here. Well, okay, so Newsweek. Why is the government shutdown happening? If Congress and President Donald Trump aren't able to approve legislation by midnight, they will force government operations to shut down due to lack of agreed funding. On its immigration, emboldened, standoff. All right, well, this is actually pretty... I don't even get it. So, speaking of... let's see, that's right. Speaking of shitty websites... So, okay. I shouldn't have taken that smoke break. All right. No, I'm just joking, folks. Don't smoke cigarettes; they're bad for you. Continuing with Liberty News, I opened at the beginning of the show, and I was going to tease it, but I forgot, and I realized it'd be very gimmicky. But because also I said you'd be shocked by the other story. I have one. Is Richard famed white nationalist Dickie Spencer, Richard Spencer, is he becoming a libertarian? Now, we've seen some pretty crazy political shifts. We've seen Cantwell go from a self-described anarcho-capitalist to a what does he call himself now? No, not libertarian fascist, not anymore. Not a right-leaning libertarian, a brutalist, I think, at one point. I don't know, maybe a free market fascist? I don't know, that has the alliteration of the two F's at the beginning. So, let's see, anarchist, atheist, asshole, that's AAA, free market fascist. FMF. I'm sure that comes up to something. But, so is Richard Spencer becoming a libertarian? Well, I'll bring up that video with you very shortly, but let's talk about, let's talk about crypto. So now, people like to call it a crash, especially, parents like my mother is like, oh, I saw in the news that Bitcoin crashed. Do you need money to get home? I'm like, no, I'm not investing in Bitcoin. I haven't been since two things. One, it was at its all-time high. And since its fees became absolutely insane, I hate to say it, but I didn't want to use Ethereum because its team are a bunch of communists. I didn't want to, and just weirdos in general. I didn't want to use Bitcoin Cash because I thought it was a pump and dump and all the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, FUD being spread about it. But I've had to. These Bitcoin fees are insane. But I'm sure you've heard enough about that on other LRN shows. So I guess I'll start out with let's see here. I have a minute to come up with a disclaimer. Okay, I'm not an expert, all right? I'm not a licensed individual. You shouldn't listen to me for any reason at all regarding crypto advice. I'm just going to say it. You don't have to take it. Don't spend any more money than you have. I shouldn't have to explain that to you, but because there's a fucking government and idiots I'll sue, I got to. We're coming up with some crypto news. This is Questioning Authority.
This is Michael Dean from the Freedom Fiends. I've run websites since 1996 and have used over a dozen web hosts in that time. AgristHosting.com is the only one that hasn't broken my heart. Agrist Hosting's uptime and service is stellar, and their DDoS mitigation is the best I've seen. That's important because if you tell the truth in this world, you'll ruffle feathers. And some people will try dirty tricks to silence your voice. No matter what the haters hit us with, Agrist Hosting keeps our websites online. If you have a mission-critical commercial presence or a world-changing activism site, you cannot tolerate any skullduggery. So go with agristhosting.com. Have a WordPress or blog site, but you're not satisfied with performance or uptime? time? Or just want raw hosting? Want to pay with Bitcoin? Agris Hosting specializes in high-performance hosting with personalized service. Go to agrishosting.com and click on the button that says Get Hosted. That's agrishosting.com.
LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows, or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
When you hear the word lobbyist, you probably think about greedy corporations, but not all lobbyists are the same. Some are fighting for the freedoms you hold dear. Liberty Lobby LLC is doing just that in New Hampshire, working hard to represent you, not some special interest group. You can help by going to libertylobby.info, where your contribution will give us the tools we need to ensure that your voice is heard. Visit libertylobby.info today to find out more.
More of the latest episode of Questioning Authority is next after the news on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
You're listening to the Heartland Newsfeed Radio Network, broadcasting live 24/7 at heartlandnewsfeed.com.
Today, don't miss The Upside.
Are you ready to have your mind blown?
I'm so ready. It's the first great comedy of the new year.
I need assistance. I can only move my neck. You can move your mouth.
As can you. Critics rave Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston are irresistible together.
Have you ever changed a catheter?
This don't look like it's gonna fit.
That's what she said. And Kevin Hart's never been this good.
How did you do this? What do you mean, how did I do it? Because I'm a genius, man.
The Upside, starring Kevin Hart, Bryan Cranston, and Nicole Kidman. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing.
From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Darrell W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Saturday, January 12th, 2019. Silver is trading at $15.60 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,288 per ounce. Smart cash is trading at 1.27 cents, and the average price of Bitcoin is $3,655. Antiwar.com reports the U.S. military has announced that the process of withdrawing the estimated 2,000 U.S. troops in Syria has officially begun. They say there will be no specifics reported on numbers or timelines because of operational security. This follows a week of speculation about the process and comes just a day after Pentagon officials said that there had been no change in the timeline despite John Bolton's weekend talk of making the pullout conditional. And while the military isn't giving any specifics, the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights is. The observatory reported that a convoy of U.S. armored vehicles was the first of the pullout and was seen leaving the town of Rumailian into neighboring Iraq. That the process of withdrawing from Syria involves driving into Iraq and the U.S. troops are all on the side of Syria closest to the Iraqi border, it once again raises questions of why the pullout is expected to take months instead of just a few hours that such a trip would take. You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans are friends, allies, and numerous supporters. Fans help FPP afford to produce more original content. You can join the Fans program for as little as $1 per month through Patreon and get perks like ad-free versions of FPP Radio News and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. That's fans.fppradio.com. UPI reports in one of his first acts as governor, Florida's Ron DeSantis on Friday ordered the suspension of Broward County Sheriff Scott Israel, who faced blame for his deputy's response to a shooting at Parkland High School that left 17 people dead. Governor DeSantis appointed former Coral Springs Police Sergeant Gregory Toney to replace Israel. Toney is the county's first African-American sheriff. Citing shootings at Fort Lauderdale International Airport in 2017 and Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in 2018, the governor said, Sheriff Israel has repeatedly failed and has demonstrated a pattern of poor leadership, adding these incidents demonstrate Sheriff Israel's repeated incompetence and neglect of duty. In July, a group of survivors and parents from the high school sued Israel along with other school and sheriff's officials for failing to protect students and faculty at the school. The attorney representing the plaintiff said law enforcement choked on February 14th, the day of of the shooting. In that case, the judge ruled the critical question the court analyzes is whether defendants had a constitutional duty to protect plaintiffs from the actions of the shooter. For such a duty to exist on the part of defendants, plaintiffs would have to be considered to be in custody. Retired school resource officer Scott Peterson never entered the school building after hearing confessed shooter Nicholas Cruz open fire. In December, the sheriff's office said it planned to change its policies on how deputies respond to active shooters. The policy changes included altering language to indicate officers shall attempt to enter the scene and intervene rather than may. The previous policy stated if real-time intelligence exists, the sole deputy or a team of deputies may enter the area and or structure to preserve life. A supervisor's approval or on-site observation is not required for this decision. Israel, speaking during a news conference after news of his firing, said the motive was about politics, not about Parkland. Smart Cash is a peer-to-peer digital currency that is fast, secure, and easy to use. Smart Cash also features smart rewards, a price stabilization mechanism, and a way to encourage long-term holding. Long-term holders are key to the project's success. You can earn smart rewards on any address for which you hold the private keys, which holds at least 1,000 smart for 1 month and does not make any outgoing transactions during that time. Smart rewards are distributed every 47,500 blocks to all eligible addresses. Learn more at smartcash.cc. Reuters reports President Donald Trump said on Friday he would not declare a national emergency right now to end a standoff over border security that has idled large swaths of the U.S. government, all but guaranteeing that he will preside over the longest shutdown in U.S. history. The dispute has disrupted everything from air travel to tax collection and suspended pay for 800,000 government workers. Trump has repeatedly described the situation at the U.S.-Mexico border as a humanitarian crisis, as speculation has increased this week that he would circumvent Congress to begin building his signature wall, a move that would be sure to draw a court challenge from Democrats who say the barrier would be barbaric and ineffective. Instead, the president urged lawmakers to provide him with $5.7 billion he is seeking for border security. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.
Today, don't miss the upside.
Are you ready to have your mind blown?
I'm so ready.
It's the first great comedy of the new year.
I need assistance. I can only move my neck.
You can move your mouth.
As can you.
Critics rave Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston are irresistible together.
Have you ever changed a catheter?
This don't look like it's gonna fit.
That's what she said.
And Kevin Hart's never been this good.
How did you do this?
What do you mean, how did I do it? Because I'm a genius, man.
The Upside, starring Kevin Hart, Bryan Cranston, and Nicole Kidman. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing.
My new $4.99 BLT cheeseburger combo is such a great deal. I don't even need my epic voiceover guy to help sell it.
Ouch, Jack. That really hurts.
Try my $4.99 BLT cheeseburger combo. Only at Jack in the Box. Limited time only. Participating restaurants. Small fries, small drink. Tax extra.
Oh wow, that's so multicultural. That's great. All right, well, we're back to questioning the. Actually, I'm not going to do the gimmick yet. All right, well, welcome back to Questioning Authority. This is the top of the second hour, and first and foremost, I actually got a Gab shout out. Man, I didn't think of it. Hey, shout out to everyone listening on Gab, or everyone listening from Gab. Man, awesome. See, I just love that platform. I advertise the show, put it out there, and, we're still listening after all this time, so that's awesome. Shout out to Lexa I guess I'll just say I don't want you to be stalked by any of these the certain deranged troll who's listening right now. And James, feel free to call. James, if you're listening, feel free to call in at 603-283-6160. Actually, if you're anyone, feel free to call in at 603-283-6160 or Skype in at lrn.fm. Love to see what love. Call in at any time. So shout out, thank you, Lexa, who's watching on Twitch. And so for Twitch viewers, you got actually a special surprise here. I'm in costume. So here we go. So this is Snopes. I decided to Trump's first year in office has been a can't-miss drama. In his first year in office, Donald Trump proved to be a singular figure, casting aside norms and traditions, fighting with Republicans and Democrats alike, and changing how the nation and the presidency are viewed at home and abroad. watching a bleak description of American carnage, a forceful rollback of his predecessor's achievements, a blatant falsehood from the White House podium, and that was just the first 24 hours. In his first year in office, Donald Trump proved to be a singular figure, casting aside norms and traditions, fighting with Republicans. Seemingly each day spawned several "can you believe it" headlines that would have defined a previous president's term, but in the hyper-accelerated Trump news cycle, many were forgotten by the next morning. And I'm starting to go blind with this. And I don't want to give Snopes any more actually, I'm usually running like 3 different ad blockers, so. Now, I said I was going to get into crypto news, and I was right in the middle of giving a botched disclaimer. So, and just to go, because I'm paranoid, right? That's one of the. Get this scarf off me. I'm paranoid, and some people give a disclaimer, so others don't. I don't know. I don't want to be a statistic. So yeah, I mean, don't invest money you don't have. I don't listen to me for any reason whatsoever. I'm just going to talk about what I'm interested in, and what I'm interested in at the moment is useful cryptocurrencies. Currencies of solid teams, solid white papers, and solid achievements. I'm not into these shit coins. I'm not into something like Ripple or Tron or whatever stupid normie shit people are getting into, bandwagoning. What was it? FOMO, fear of missing out. Stuff. I'm not into the bullshit being peddled by CNBC saying, "Oh, you should invest in Bitcoin right now," even though the fee, if you buy $5 of Bitcoin, you pay $10 in fees. Or the same people who say Korea is banning cryptocurrency and then causes a fucking contraction. No, I'm not into those things. I'm not into my best friend's cryptocurrency he made in his backyard. He's calling Keen Coin. I'm not in any of that. If I talk about something seriously that I myself invest in, I'm not saying, I'm not a fortune teller. I'm not saying it's going to do anything, but I make sure it's solid. And when I decide to take a risk, or unless you want to do a day trade, unless you want to, but if I do a day trade with crypto, I mean, I don't even I refresh my page every 5 seconds. I don't sleep on any of these crypto. It could go. It's like BitConnect, right? So it still causes people bad memories, it either causes people bad memories, or for still holding out that they're thinking foolishly thinking they're going to get their monies back. But if I do want to take a risk, usually I would look into ICOs, and ICOs are initial coin offerings. When a cryptocurrency is launching, sometimes they would have an ICO where they would, to the best of my ability, I'm not too into the technical stuff. They would offer. They would sell coins at usually a very low price before it gets on an exchange. And it's a good way, if it's solid crypto, or if you want to, I don't know, you think you're sure it's going to be a pump and dump and you want to ride that pump, you buy it at cheap prices, like, sometimes fractions of a penny. And, if let's say you make a solid investment on like Ethereum, and you want to turn some at liquidity, instead of putting it into your bank account so you could buy, buy cigarettes or give it an extra large tip to the big titted waitress at IHOP or something. Put it into, like if it's half a penny, just put $10 worth into it. Hold on to the ICO, hold on to the coin. Check the news, and then dude, if you get it at a fraction of a penny and it raises, you have however many thousands of shares, and it raises to 10 cents, dude, that's decent money. Pay a lot of capital gains on that though, but decent money. So, and think of different coins. What I'm looking into are things with existing, real life industries, right? Like Bitcoin itself is just a cryptocurrency, right? It's just a currency. You can't do anything with it. At least Ethereum, you have these smart contracts. But I rarely buy any coin that doesn't also have some kind of technology that could do something, right? Like Quantum. I'm almost half in at Quantum, and it's making dApps. Its development team's doing something. They launched a satellite or launch. I think they've already launched one. They launched a satellite into space. Does Ripple do that? Does Tron do that? Does fucking Dogecoin do that? Is it doing anything? Dogecoin? It probably made a bunch of dumb kids from 4chan rich off of that. They mined like 10,000 in a minute, and now it's... actually, let's check what Dogecoin is. I believe the ticker symbol is DOG. And Quantum, for anyone interested, is... is QTUM. It's sold on sold on Livecoin, Gate.io. I don't know. I use all these different exchanges. I don't know. Like, I've never used BitConnect. So Dogecoin is currently on CoinMarketCap 0.00. It's goodness. It's not even. It's less than a fraction of a penny. Wow. What's it doing? Oh, that's why it crashed. There you go. There you go. Yeah, it crashed recently with all the others. Everything else, all the legit coins are going back up. Let's see what my liquidity is. Gosh, don't I sound very personable and just like I'm like a Patrick Bateman, man. I'm gonna be like, every morning I do 1,000 crunches, then I check my Bitcoin wallet. So I gotta log in. All right, this is. Stupid ad. Okay, calm down. The grass. Doing some breathing. And so, I'm into also gambling, right? That's a huge thing. They say, they say prostitution is the world's earliest profession. And I'm sure, some cavemen were banging some cave whores. They were, throwing rocks or something and betting. Nope, market's still fickle. I have 11% return. That used to be a lot higher. But you know what? Iron hands, baby, iron hands. I'm not going to go down to the stupid Hold'em meme, but long. And I'll say this: if there's one piece of advice I'll say, unless you're day trading, long-term investing is key, right? You buy a coin at $10. You forget. You write down your password and backup phrase, and then you leave it alone, right? You leave it alone for at least a year. If it's a solid coin, you leave it alone at least a year. You see it, whoa, it goes up if it's if it's decent. Like, let's say Quantum, I bought in at like $50. Leave it alone 2 years, it could go up to 1,000, whatever. I don't know. I do have obviously transfer some of your liquidity so you can enjoy that in case there's a crash or whatever, God forbid. But I knew a guy who he bought in at Quantum, held for like 6 months. Sold it at, I think it was like $10, bought a bunch of Bitcoin Diamond. The day after he bought the Bitcoin Diamond, Quantum went up to like $50. And Bitcoin Diamond went up too. I mean, the guy, I guess it was a decent investment what he thought, but, telling you, if he, maybe got some other liquidity or something, bought the Bitcoin Diamond, he could have had the Quantum and Bitcoin Diamond. So long-term investing is key. That's what that piece of crap, not Noam Chomsky, not Bernie Madoff, who's the guy? The stock guy, not Bernie Madoff. I'll remember by your next commercial. This is Questioning Authority. Don't go away. Warren.
Are you a cryptocurrency advocate? The Crypto Tip is the ideal outreach tool to help new people discover cryptocurrency. It's a printable business card-sized tip that you can give to service providers, preferably in addition to a good cash tip. When the server scans the QR code, it'll bring up an explanation of cryptocurrency, how to install a wallet, and allow them to claim the tip. If they don't claim the crypto, you get your tip refunded to you after a time period you specify. Plus, if they do claim the tip, you get an email alert. Create as many tips as you want at cryptotip.org. That's cryptotip.org.
We have some good news. The indictments against Ross Ulbricht in the District of Maryland were dismissed with prejudice, meaning they can never be refiled. This is especially good because those indictments contain the only charge ever made that Ross engaged in murder for hire. This was a serious allegation that Ross Ulbricht denies. It was never prosecuted or ruled on by a jury, but was trumpeted by the federal government and the media as if it were proven fact. The Maryland court held these indictments for almost 5 years, poisoning Ross's case and leaving him under a cloud of unproven allegations. As explained in Ross's appeal to the Supreme Court, the fact that the judge used these allegations to give Ross a draconian sentence of double life without parole violated his Sixth Amendment right to a jury trial. Judges are required to issue sentences based on convictions decided by a jury, not unproven allegations never even charged at trial. Although this is a positive development, the dropped indictment will not set Ross free. Now, a presidential pardon is Ross's only hope of freedom. Sign the petition at freeross.org. freeross.org.
The LRN.FM social media channels have been revamped. We've eliminated Facebook and focused on other platforms like Twitter and Mastodon, the decentralized alternative to Twitter. On our accounts, you'll find posts from multiple LRN.FM show hosts together in one place. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm, or better yet, move to the decentralized Mastodon social media platform at toot.lrn.fm, toot.lrn.fm. I think you'll like it.
Are you tired of your taxes funding endless occupations around the world? Antiwar.com is run by people who understand that wars abroad become wars at home, wars on our freedoms. Antiwar.com is dedicated to bringing you the latest in news, views, interviews, and reviews from the top movers and shakers in the anti-occupation movement. Antiwar.com has it all, from thorough foreign policy analysis to interviews with whistleblowers who used to run the military-industrial complex. Anti-war, pro-free market. That's antiwar.com.
Imagine someone in your community getting in their car, turning on the radio, and hearing the Liberty Radio Network. You can make that vision a reality with your own micro radio station. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how you can put our programs on the air in your area. You can have LRN.FM running around the clock, and you can even add in your own local shows. Building a radio station is simple, but programming isn't. That's where LRN.FM comes in. Learn more at broadcast.lrn.fm. That's broadcast.lrn.fm.
Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
Do you love Twitter? Make sure you favorite the LRN.FM Twitter account so you can receive our tweets at twitter.lrn.fm. That's twitter.lrn.fm.
You know, this was the only remotely ska-related track I could find on YouTube. Was a YouTube audio library. Actually reminds me back, when I did Cody's show, he had some pseudo-ska soundtrack. Well, welcome back to Questioning Authority. I am the host of the show, Vincent Freeman, and welcome to our premiere episode and our government shutdown party, which, I was going to come in with cupcakes and little hats and that thing, you blow into, it goes party face, not a party face, not a kazoo, a paper kazoo, right? I was going to buy these paper kazoos that people have at birthday parties, and I'm like, you know what? Well, one, the cupcake thing, I'm on a diet, I'm just avoiding anything with flour, like bread and stuff, and it'd just be a waste of money. I'd only do it once. I have a mess in the studio, throw it all out, and I could just be buying up more Ethereum so I could buy more altcoins and make more money in the future. Like, that's the thing, with chicks, it's like, what was that Ice Cube lyric? It's I don't gotta show riches to pull up and pull off with some bad bitches. I don't. I just gotta show them my phone. If they're at a club or whatever, hanging out, I'm just in my striped T-shirt or my bathrobe too. It gets pretty cold in some places because people leave the damn door open going in and out. So these chicks, they're like, hey, what's into? No, actually, that's not how it works. I'd walk up and they'd look me up and down and be like, well, why should I give you any of my time? And I just show them a percentage on my phone, and they're like, what, is that your Bitcoin? I'm like, oh no, this is my overall profile, and it's like up 1,000%, from the initial investment. Then they're going to be like, whoa, and it'll be like that scene in It's Always Sunny when they're in the limousine, and I have my top hat and cane and all these all these fine ladies in the car. But enough of that. So the Discord. Right, if you want to join in the fun at the Discord, because I do read it. I do think it's important for fan interaction to, read the Discord. So it's discord.lrn.fm, the number one, the biggest libertarian Discord server in all of cyberspace, space. And 603 and 603-283-6160 is the number to call if you want to join in on the on-air fun, or Skype in at lrn.fm. But I'm going to, all right. First of all, to Mortified Penguin, no, I don't go. Oh, I browse Biz, but just to see all the pink Wojaks and, you know, all the shit coins people are are scamming, and just just the like the stupidity and insanity. Like, I'm using a polite word there for it, because I go on there and just trolling. It's moon memes constantly, to the moon, and it's funny. But I do prefer going on Biz than going on r/cryptocurrency, just because it's all the know-it-alls on there. But no, you probably thought just because Funfair, which is a casino coin, which that's actually one of the only ones that stayed in the green for me during this previous contraction. And Funfair is, I like it. It's a casino token. You can even buy it and play your own games, because with Funfair and the smart contract technology, you don't have to have a middleman. You don't have a house, right? Because, do you really think on online gambling the house is going to have it be totally up to chance, totally fair? No, obviously we're going to try and mess around. And with Funfair, there's no middleman, right? And that's why I like it, because it's pure chance. It's what gambling should be about, pure chance. So, no, I don't go on Biz. And Biz is a nice casual. But yeah, I do agree. It is casual. And so I've been teasing this. I've been teasing all of you, from the first hour, that is famed notorious white nationalist Richard Spencer, is he becoming a libertarian? Well, this video may be. It's posted to Twitter at some talk. This isn't a hidden video. This is him speaking. As far as I know, it's not a hidden video. This is him. He knows he's being recorded at some event. Let the suspense end, Ian. Let's play it.
It's making you. It's bread and circus.
For good and for ill. For instance, porn. Some forms of porn have been given to the types of people who, due to their for a very strong, in a strong degree, like physical problems, just they're just deep, innate character flaws, are child molesters. Giving them certain types of porn can actually prevent greater child molestation.
I can think of other methods, but
obviously I can think of other methods.
Mumbling idiot off. Thank you. So there you have it. Richard Spencer's endorsing the legalization of child pornography. Why, freedom! Woo! Anyways, that was just a little joke, because all these alt-righters, whenever they talk about libertarianism, and there's obviously fair criticism of a movement, it's always they're just a bunch of drug users and pedos, and they want to legalize child pornography, like Ian Bernard, who wants to. And on and on and on. And so, I'm just browsing, I'm browsing the dark corners of the internet, and I see, I see all these Richard Spencer memes and everything. I'm like, what's going on? What's with this loser? Like, you heard that guy, right? They say he's the intelligentsia of the alt-right. He's the Joseph Goebbels and everything like that. And I turn it on, and I'm assuming he hadn't had any alcohol, he didn't do any drugs or anything, which I guess it's been known to make people stumble and mumble sometimes when they do those things. He's just going on about, maybe he was self-conscious about what he was talking about, which would conflict with people defending him, saying he was just just going on about whatever. So maybe he was like self-conscious about it and was trying to find a way to word it, which ended up being off. It wasn't as inflammatory as I thought. But, does he have a point, right? Like, and I believe he, I've heard some people say that simulated pornography like that, like, animated, right, where no one gets hurt, just totally animated, or even images, like, if some 4chan users are listening, obviously what lolicon is. It's, lollies, right? It's like underage cartoon drawings, and it's illegal in some place. I believe it's illegal in Canada, Australia, but in Japan and the U.S., it's legal to post that. So yeah, some people say that if pedophiles have access, or potential child molesters have access to those materials, they wouldn't act on their urges in real life. Is that true? I don't know. I don't think there's been any studies on it, because I doubt. Well, I was going to say I doubt anyone would knowingly come out and say yes, come out and admit to being someone who wants to molest children for a study, even if they are being paid. But then you have Salon articles that are, I believe it's Salon, or some news articles that are written by actual pedophiles saying that they're misunderstood. So here we go. Salon deletes articles defending pedophilia from the site WorldNet Daily. Yeah, there's people who are like self-described pedophiles saying, I'm discriminated by in society, and it's unfair and things. And like Salon, what you're doing, you're kind of trying to normalize this. And, I don't want to get into the slippery slope, right? I don't want to commit a logical fallacy here, but, yeah, what are they trying to do? Put pedophiles in a good light. You don't fucking mess around with children, right? That's one of the most despicable things I could think of. Like, right? Like if I see someone yell at their kids in public, I get a little bit angry because I'm like, come on. Like I was at a restaurant, some guy like starts yelling at his kid, and it just makes me uncomfortable. I kind of had a rough childhood growing up, and I think some guy like hit his kid in public, but like, it's don't mess around with kids, right? And Salon, don't support that shit. I'm feeling zen now. Feeling zen. All right, this is Questioning Authority. We'll be right back.
During a curt Skype session earlier this afternoon, local Williamsburg resident, 29-year-old Cormac Flanagan, reminded his mother to, quote, try and be more careful after she forgot to pay his cell phone bill.
Mom, the phone company called today about my cell phone bill.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot.
No, Mom, I'm not mad, but you had to stay on top of these things,
I know.
You can't keep waiting until the last minute like this. Well, I don't want to have to keep reminding you every month. I need my phone. I use it every day. I need my phone. I'm constantly using it.
I'm so bad. I'm really sorry. I'll get on it today.
All right, just so you know, this really easy thing you can do. There's this online auto pay, just deducts in your bank account every month.
Yeah,
quite easy.
I know.
It's fine. Just don't let it become a pattern. I know you can do better than this.
Okay, I promise. I'll get on it today. Okay.
Is the Onion News Network.
There are basically two types of advertising, direct response and branding. Radio's great for direct response with its low cost to listener ratio, but audio can't be beat for branding, which is a longer term endeavor. You want to be the first thing that someone thinks of when they think about your product or service. If you have a local business that you want kept top of mind in your community, call the station. If you need national reach, Free Talk Live's got around 200 radio stations, millions of monthly listening sessions, can suit all budgets, and if we don't think we're right for you, we'll tell you. Email me, mark@freetalklive.com.
Since time began, tyrants have taken aim at personal liberties. Now there's a movie that aims back.
The government has no more right to tell us what to put in our bodies than they have to take our guns or tell us what books we can read.
6 drug police were eaten by bears while raiding a marijuana farm.
On your knees, you dirty hippie! Jesus. On your knees! What's the problem, officer?
Today, many cops who enforce pot laws do so only because it provides them with cushy jobs, good benefits, and a chance to push people around.
I was an undercover narcotics officer. The drug war is nothing but a farce.
The Second Amendment says you got to keep you and your gat intact.
Guns and Weed, The Road to Freedom. A film by Michael W. Dean and Nima Vadavi.
DVD available now at gunsandweed.com or on Amazon. That's gunsandweed.com. Makes the perfect gift. Remember, that's gunsandweed.com.
Did you know we've taken our LRN.FM telephone listen line to a new level with the LRN.FM audio on demand line? Now you can call 712-770-8447 anytime and listen to LRN.FM's live feed. And you can listen to a bunch of our original shows on demand. Long distance fees may apply. Just dial 712-770-8447 and choose from the menu. 712-770-8447.
uncovering the secrets and exposing the lies. That's what the readers of freedomsphoenix.com get every day. freedomsphoenix.com, constantly providing the information, the real news about government policies, and the real relationship we all have with the coercive government. The real condition of the economy, innovations in technology, breakthroughs in energy, health, and computer science. Learn the truth well before it's admitted to in the lamestream media. The corporate media, nothing more than distributors of government propaganda, but now there's an alternative. freedomsphoenix.com. Constant news updates on the issues that affect your life in the most important ways. With liberty and property under constant attack, freedomsphoenix.com provides the understanding behind the propaganda, and it encourages the participation of its readers. Go to freedomsphoenix.com. That's freedoms with an S, phoenix.com. freedomsphoenix.com. The revolution between the ears has already happened.
You can put the Liberty Radio Network on the air in your area. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how. Broadcast.lrn.fm.
Okay, this is Questioning Authority, and we're back. Starting to wind down to get towards the that time to say goodbye, but there is still plenty of time to get your call in. So if you want to call into the phone line at 603-283-6160 or Skype in at lrn.fm. Now, we do have a caller on the line. All right, I recognize that wind. All right, hello, caller. What's happening, man? What's your story? Caller, you there?
Yeah, I called to question your authority.
Oh, sweet. Awesome. Hey, that's the idea of a show, man. Hey, who is this?
Then why'd you hang up on Stefan? He called to question your authority about.
Well, I mean, he called in, and I didn't know. Because you could question it. You just can't do anything about it, man. This is my show. And remember that.
I know it's your show, and I won't call you what the locals call you. Speaking of what my name is, you can call me mouth-breathing dullard. I like that one.
If you like it, well, I don't want to. Unless you're using reverse psychology on me, you fucking mouth-breathing dullard. I know. Okay, let's do a compromise.
I'm not trying to use reverse psychology on you. I don't play that game. I'm just questioning your authority.
Okay, all right. What authority? What the right to?
And I love how you used your own father as a straw man for arguments you make. On the air.
So what kind of authority are you? So specifically, my authority of what? You don't think I should? This is my podcast. Not podcast. This is my show. My live talk show. What do you think? What's up? What's your problem? I'm not questioning
anything about it being your show. I already know that. More power to you. So, congratulations.
Well, thank you, James.
You're a big radio star now. Are your parents proud of you?
I want to listen to Video Killed the Radio Star now, but I can't because I'll get distracted.
Are your parents proud of you? You're a big radio star now. Are your parents proud of you?
Well, I was able to get out of bed this morning, so that's something my parents
Is that a yes or a no?
Yes.
I asked you a question. Are your parents
we're glad. This is what I like to do. They want to support me, yeah. I didn't give them a link to the show.
My parents wouldn't like me at all if I did what you did. I was your age once.
Tell us about your parents, James. What's the relationship you had with your father?
They literally wouldn't respect me at all if I did what you did.
Well, that's sad, James. I'm sorry, but they wouldn't support your dreams, man. I'm sorry, James. Is that the problem, James?
Dude, I'm just saying.
Okay,
I'm just saying, Celtic Christian, did you not once profess on air on Liberty
all right,
Radio
James.
Network?
Okay, you know what? Okay. Hold on.
Christian?
Hold on.
I'm questioning you.
Ian, mute
Don't
this
take
guy.
it personal.
So James, you do this every show, and look, this is a new show. All right, I don't want to talk about what happened on Off Air Live. Okay, I don't want to talk about what happened on Free Talk Live or Call to Freedom. If you listen to that, it seems you have your ears glued to your fucking radio. But just come up with something new. All right, come up with something new. Call me a stumbling, mumbling jerk dick or whatever, man. But just not the same bullshit over and over again. All right, Ian, put him back on the horn.
I haven't repeated anything from another show and mentioned nothing.
Dude, you just mentioned the whole Celtic Christian thing. Dude,
I want to know where you're coming from as a fellow human being that believes in peace, love, and liberty.
Yeah.
You're a professing Christian.
Yes.
Are you not?
Yeah, I'm a Christian, man.
You are?
Yeah.
Really?
All right, come on, man. You're starting to bore me. What's the point? What's the point? Okay, smart ass, what's your point?
Leave us.
Cut to the chase. I have ADHD, all right? Cut to the chase.
cut to the chase. I want to have a conversation with you. And rather than taking personal something I said on another show at another time, allow me to talk to you.
James, you haven't earned the right to do a Socratic conversation, Socratic discussion yet.
You clearly have a grudge against me.
All right, James, say your piece. Okay, say your piece. All right, come on.
I have a grudge against you. I don't think you're a good human being. And when you die and have to meet the proverbial St. Pete at the proverbial pearly gates, he's not going to give a flying fuck how much Bitcoin you made in this world.
Preach it, brother.
He's going to give a shit about what you've done for
Reverend James. Come on, man. Yeah, fire and brimstone. Yeah, you're going to hell. You're going to be with the demons.
I didn't say that.
Dude, man,
Did I say that?
The only reson I'd go to hell is because I'd pull like a Doom Marine and just kick ass and take names. And thank you for the call, James. Sometimes I remember. Does anyone remember? I don't know if any older listening, or for people, new people from Gab or Twitch. I'm sorry you had to hear that. It's an old caller named James. Gosh, I know he's been calling for so long now, and he used to be funny. It used to be funny, but he was kicked off of Free Talk Live for saying the same. Is that him, Ian? Okay, he even fucking called again afterwards. So he calls it the same bullshit, gets banned, and I'm just sick of it. Okay, you might say, "Wow, Vincent, he was coherent for once." Yeah, maybe he was so excited for the premiere that he decided to not drink the entire day. So good for you, James. You decided to quit drinking for once in your fucking miserable life. Good for you. I'm not gonna ban you like the other shows have. But if you keep calling in about the same stupid bullshit, I'm gonna have to hang up. So thanks for wasting my time, asshole. Now I'm going to cover the waterfront of news, right? I promised guns, alternative health, drugs, and everything in between. So I found this article. Sometimes I go on herb.co, and it's called "The DEA Approves Synthetic THC While Prohibiting the Real Thing." And I'm sure anyone, most people who listen, I don't know. I just can't imagine anyone who's not a baby boomer and who's not a cop or someone who profits off a war on drugs to be against marijuana being legalized. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just so hard for me to imagine that. Here, so, that bullshit like this happens. This designer version of THC, marijuana's most psychoactive ingredient, is made in the lab by pharmaceutical company Insys Therapeutics. For the first time in its history, the DEA has approved THC for medical use. Unfortunately, it's not the kind of THC you're used to. This designer version of marijuana's most psychoactive ingredient is made in the lab by pharmaceutical company it's the only kind of THC that can be legally prescribed across the country, despite having some chemical makeup as organic THC. This product is called Syndrose, and it comes in the form of an FDA-approved oral spray. So, the DEA has classified Syndrose as a Schedule II drug under the Controlled Substance Act, the same category as prescription drugs, which allows it to be prescribed by doctors. Syndrose will be used to treat pain in cancer patients. Oh boy, so that's nice. For people who rant and rave about consumerist culture, and instead of just getting a natural plant, and smoking it or eating it or rubbing your oils all over you, you got to buy a pill and take it. No, sorry, not buy a pill. Take it in some kind of synthetic form. Isn't that nice? To some people who don't know or are surprised, I could go full hippie. I won't call myself an environmentalist because most people who call themselves environmentalists are either brainwashed or working for, the whole climate extortion lobby or the Chinese. I'm a conservationist. I just love this nature. I just love this planet. And, I disagree with a lot of libertarians, people who suck corporate dick and things. I think forests should be protected by the government. Well, no. Anyway, I digress. Organic THC found in cannabis plant remains under Schedule I, the most restrictive category, which suggests it has no Yep, that's right. With shit like cocaine and heroin and meth. Marijuana's only side effects makes you hungry and euphoric, and some others, but doesn't mean side effects. Other substances that include are MDMA, heroin, and LSD. The decision has been controversial because of Insys' history. Now, this is the kicker. This is what made me want to put this article on to talk about today, and I called it Big Pharma's Bullshit. The company allegedly bribed doctors and faked patients' medical records to prescribe their fentanyl-based oral product called Subsys. Read the full story here, and it links, and this is from herb.co. And that's just great. And I mean, I asked in the beginning, why aren't people, when there's such corruption and bullshit like this, the DEA letting this company, it's been accused of this stuff, right? If I'm accused of, I believe in some places, if I'm accused of domestic violence, my guns get taken, or one's guns get taken. So this company's being accused of, of this kind of shenanigans, and the DEA, they approve it, right? Well, there's all kinds of other shit that the the FDA, that hides, like cures and stuff. I'm not going to get into that angle. And it's like, why aren't people riding in the street? Why aren't people just going, well, aside from New Hampshire, the liberty activist destination of the world? All right, we got plenty of more news, rants, and raving to come in the last segment of Questioning Authority's premiere. Don't go away.
Your Family Today tip is brought to you by Nesquik. Try Nesquik 4-packs, perfect for lunches and great for kids on the go. Look for it in the juice aisle. Snack time is a great chance to sneak extra calcium into your child's diet without making him feel like he's eating something he doesn't want. Serve up dairy-rich foods like smoothies, flavored milk, frozen yogurt, and string cheese. He'll love the treat, and you'll love knowing how good it is for him. For more tips like these, visit us at parenthood.com/yourfamilytoday.
Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support myself. It called to me, like, do this right now.
I wanted to be around people like me who got it. And once I got here, I knew there was nowhere else that I wanted to be.
I've always wanted to change the world. So I moved to the Shire to join people who were actually working towards doing the same thing.
The people here are awesome, loving, and positive. It was for the adventure and for the feeling of something important is happening here. And I just wanted to come to sort of be part of that.
Visit ShireSociety.com to read and sign the Shire Society Declaration and learn the reasons why, if you love liberty, you should immigrate to the Shire. Plus, connect with others via the forum at ShireSociety.com. That's ShireSociety.com. Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm. What do you shop for that you could otherwise buy at Amazon? Pretty much everything, right? Amazon has competitive pricing and they deliver, and that's a big plus. If you could plan ahead in your shopping, would you be interested in saving up to 33%? There's a catch. You have to do your shopping in Bitcoin. But imagine those savings. It's like a huge raise. All you have to do is go to saveatpurse.com. We've saved thousands, and you can too. Plan ahead and save. Saveatpurse.com.
Did you know you can listen to LRN.FM via our free-to-air satellite channels? We have channels over nearly all of North America and much of Africa. All you need is an affordable receiver and a dish as small as 30 inches. There are no monthly fees. Learn more at sat.lrn.fm. Plus, if you are a broadcaster or want to be one, this is a good delivery method for our content. See our coverage maps and get details at sat.lrn.fm. That's sat.lrn.fm. sat.lrn.fm.
So the protection of life, liberty, and property is what the Free State Project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people who understand.
It's about demonstrating to the entire country
that, yeah, we can have a free market, a truly free market.
Making it just a freer, great place to live.
It's the world's largest voluntarist libertarian community, and it's only getting bigger.
That's amazing, to be able to move to a place where other people passionately believe in being free and independent.
What the Free State Project is managing to do, though, is to put their money where their mouth is. Physically getting up across the country and saying, let's go someplace and let's demonstrate the power of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty. There's a lot of thinking about it and talking about it. But here in New Hampshire, people are doing it.
101 Reasons Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire, a documentary by Free State Project Early Movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101reasonsfilm.com.
Help get LRN.FM into more ears. Visit promote.lrn.fm for a free bumper sticker, flyers, banners, graphics, and more. Promote.lrn.fm.
All right, well, we're back to Questioning Authority, the final segment, but there is plenty of time if you want to call in. You just got to talk about something new and interesting, you know, and people say, oh, you were unfair to that last caller. No, trust me, if you had to put up with his bullshit for, about a year and not exactly a year and a half, a year and a few months, you'd be sick of him too. It's like the same damn thing. So if you want to join in, have something or whatever, you want to have whatever to say, have something interesting to say, or I'll just hang up on you after a short exchange. It's that simple. Don't feel nervous. Just call or whatever. 603-283-6160 or LRN.FM on Skype. Now, if you want to stay in the know about the show, obviously this ain't a one-time kind of deal. Now and for the foreseeable future, the very long future, the Saturday night 10 p.m. to 12 Eastern slot on LRN.FM will be occupied by Questioning Authority. And, same thing, same fun every Saturday. What else would you want to do on a Saturday night, Every place is crowded. And so if you want to stay in the know about all of this, get if there's any updates or if I'm doing anything special, to stay in the know about the show, like the Facebook page, Questioning Authority at facebook.com/Questioning Authority Show, just all one word. Yep, I got the vanity URL. I didn't know I could do that, but I could. So it's easier to do that. So, I'll be posting there. I'm not going to get a website yet, And the YouTube, Shire Free Media on YouTube, I'm going to cut all the commercials out. So it's, obviously it's going to be shorter, but it's just going to have a transition between the music. So I got to get through these. Articles. So, I try and have this be like, this show be geared towards like younger people, right? Sort of like like high school to late college age, right? Because, a lot of, libertarians, like the original activists from the late 2000s, starting to get older now. And it's important to not pass the baton, but, get the new generation in. So I found this article from a while ago. It's not too much. Yeah, like I was in a libertarian club at my high school, and I looked up Libertarian Club High School on Google, and nothing came up except my school's one. And a crazy thing happened to it. It's so unlike libertarians to do this, but it collapsed due to infighting. I mean, does that happen to any other libertarian group? People infight and they don't like. The leader's a jerk, and we get into arguments. So I got this article here: 6 survival tips for libertarian high school students, and it has a picture of a soy boy on here doing a chick's pose like that. That's great. I should put the scarf back on for that. So being a libertarian in high school is not an easy task. There's all these stupid ass gifs in it. Depending on where you are in the country, you may have statists all around, or possibly neocons. What the hell are those? Everywhere is status. Teachers may violate your property rights as well as your freedom of speech. Oh, this is on libertyviral.com, by the way. Number 1, think independently. Always think for yourself. Try to come up with new ideas and perspectives. Number 2, know your history. Oh, that's great. And it has a picture of Gary Johnson saying conservatives have lost their way. When I saw Gary Johnson, I was thinking, when was this published? This was published in 2016. Know your history. Maybe know your geography, Mr. Where is Aleppo? Yep, that happened. That was a while. That seems like a lifetime ago, but don't trust what is written in your history textbook to be any better than the bias and spin you see on CNN. President Franklin Roosevelt was a socialist, and Abe Lincoln was a racist who gave in to the idea of abolishing slavery at the tail end of the Civil War to cover the fact he was responsible for America's bloodiest war. Ask your teacher what they think about income tax. Oh boy, be annoying in class. No, it's decent. Do it. If you have. If you just don't care and want to be cool. Did they say we can't survive without it? Did they mention roads? Tell them the United States had public roads and schools long before the income tax was implemented in 1913. I remember I had I allegedly had I had a history textbook, and it was like in the 2000s, talk about 9/11, and let's just say at the end of the term, someone wrote in notes about so asking some critical questions like how could 3 buildings be destroyed by 2 planes? How does that work, and why why did the records area of a Pentagon be destroyed right around when billions of dollars were stolen? Let's see here. Don't blame your classmates too much for ignorance. Don't blame your how to be a know-it-all. There you go. Don't blame your fellow students too much for their ignorance. It's okay. They aren't statists. They just sound like statists occasionally. But you know, this is the kind of patronizing bullshit that turns people away from the movement. Although, actually, this show is all about ruining the movement. Talking about, be prepared to inform your classmates. Oh, they have a picture of the notorious fake libertarian Rand Paul. We've got to look out for our classmates and inform them that taxation is theft. Oh boy, more advice on how to be a know-it-all. Be prepared for them not to care. That's good. It should teach you to stop. If you mention a non-aggression principle and they say, look, dude, I don't want to talk about this, don't talk about it. That's the number one thing that'll turn people off from it. That's just my commentary. Be open to starting liberty-minded student organization. Oh, that's great. So you could collect all kinds of donations and just do nothing and retweet Ben Shapiro epic takedown debates. It's like the state of YouTube now, or like the, political section of YouTube now is just a bunch of like bullshit clickbait, designed to scare, it's on like these liberals or leftists or however you want to call them, just stuff, stuff like how to scare people, like say, look what Trump said. This is how the internet reacted. And then on the other side of the spectrum, it's just all these, stupid Ben Shapiro videos like, or even some of these Fox hosts too, but mainly Ben Shapiro or Steven Crowder, the Eben takedown of the SJW, and it's just so, that's not, you can't build, and they're trying to do it, you can't build a brand just on like spreading videos of yourselves talking down to people, actually go out and do something, like if you're a libertarian, why don't come up to beautiful New Hampshire, where you could get some actual activism done. Actually, there's too many people up here. I'm sick of Flatlanders. Absolutely sick of it. I'm sick of people leaving their fucking garbage out. I remember I was, at my school, there were some Flatlanders there, and it was like a football game, and a person like just dropped her trash on the ground. I said, "Are you going to pick that up?" No. It's like, get the fuck out of this state. Stop ruining the damn environment. Leaving your garbage. Are you some kind of animal? And there's a trash can like 10 feet away. So yeah, sorry. No, that's my advice. No more Flatlander. And it's also too cold. Too many people complain about the cold here. It's absolutely ridiculous. I love it. Maybe it's because my ancestors lived in a frozen wasteland up north for 400 years and I'm used to it. I actually moved from Florida to New Hampshire because I was, I wanted to be around the snow. I was sick of it being, gray. It was mainly, aside from the summer, there's just a lot of clouds. It was gray. I had a dreary childhood growing up in a private Catholic school. And so, yeah, my life significantly improved coming to New Hampshire. Now, one might be asking, well, Vincent, you call people Flatlanders, and yet you moved here from Florida. Yes, I lived in many places. I was born in a rather high altitude, a lot higher altitude than even most people from where I'm from in New Hampshire are. So it's like, you can't use that word. Oh, yes, I can. All right, here we go. The last article of the day. First look, Glock unveils 3 new pistols, including crossover Glock 19X. And now, I've been thinking about, what sort of sidearm I'd get, because I need something to, when I'm back at the ranch, I need something on my bedside I could use for self-defense that isn't going to penetrate through 5 different fucking buildings. Something that's not a rifle or buckshot that's going to ruin my wall. And, I was thinking about getting the Glock 19 at one point because, it's concealable. It's a decent capacity, I'm not going to miss 2 extra bullets of a 17. But here, Glock wanted to make a new handgun for the U.S. Army. And so they made the Glock 19X. It has, I believe, the frame of a 17 and the size of a 19 or something like that. Pretty decent, decent magazine capacities. And but instead the Army chose the SIG. I forget exactly what it was called. The pistol that some people were complaining about it, but they chose the SIG over the Glock, and Glock complained that they weren't given enough time, yada, yada. Guess what this boondoggle cost? It costs the country, right? Because, the president's always talking about funding for our great military. To choose a new sidearm, it was half $500 million. It was like $500 million or something around that line. And it's like, I don't know if it was to design, like including buying it, because, we're trying to phase out the M9, which I think it's been in service for a while, like maybe since the late 80s or something. I do appreciate the 1911 platform, but I'd probably, if I was made of money, I'd probably have one for my bedside table because, I'd have time to actually chamber around. But, when I'm out and about and I don't have, if I don't have time to chamber around, I'd want to carry a Glock. Comfortable with a platform. I haven't been shooting out in forever because, it's a little too cold outside to be standing around at the range I go to. But, I was just like, I don't know, I was sick a lot this winter. But, just doing a retrospective of a show, I had a great time tonight. This is, I couldn't have asked for a better premiere. You got to know people on Gab. By the way, follow me on Gab, gab.ai/Shire Free Media. Got to chill with the Discord. It was overall a great night. I hope you had a great night too, but don't worry. It's time to say goodbye. Oh no. But don't worry, I'll be back next Saturday, same time on LRN.FM. Shire Free Media on YouTube to see the archive. Like the Facebook page, facebook.com/Questioning Authority Show. We'll be back next time. Bye, everybody.
Are you making sense to the boomer mindset? I'm Holland Cook from survivalspeech.com. 80 million baby boomers comprise 25% of the population and control most of the USA's wealth. As aging parents pass on, they'll control more. Boomers are 46 to 65 years old and regard themselves as midlife. They identify as neither young nor old. They're post-minivan and pre-retirement, and they don't like being called boomers. They think me. Many of the purchases boomer couples make are individual purposes. They've been experimenters all their lives. If you want their attention, tell stories and keep it simple. If something seems complicated, boomers can dismiss it as, I don't need this. And if you're looking for work, you may be applying to a boomer, so relate accordingly. From survivalspeech.com, I'm Holland Cook.
Now that you've found the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM, you may want to help expose others to our great programs. To assist you in doing so, you'll find resources at promote.lrn.fm, including details on how to get a free bumper sticker, quarter-page flyers you can print out and distribute, banners for your website, as well as files that will allow you to make your own custom banners and graphics. Visit promote.lrn.fm and help bring new listeners to the Liberty Radio Network. That's promote.lrn.fm.
Looking for a great real estate investment? Consider New Hampshire, which is ground zero for the Liberty Movement.